From the podcast studio at the Microsoft Agent Survival Explosion House, it's the TalkAny Podcast. Every weeknight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, with your hosts Woman, Child, and Fly.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's TalkAny Podcast for Tuesday, March 23rd. But unfortunately, it is a rainy evening outside our podcast studio.
Well, that's a shame. I was hoping for clear skies tonight, but I guess we won't be getting them. I also heard that we will be getting a slight cool off after this.
I heard that too. But anyways, it is Tuesday, so you know what that means.
And now from the conversation area of the Survival Explosion House, it's time for Talk About It Tuesday, coming to you every Tuesday on the TalkAny Podcast. And here are your hosts, Strong Woman, Nerd, and Big Robot.
Thanks, man. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Talk About It Tuesday. Boy, it's been a while since we last were here.
Yeah, it's definitely been some time. I mean, the last time you heard from us was when we did the TalkAny Podcast New Year's special on December 30th.
Yeah, but now we are back, and let me say, this was worth the wait for some people.
I highly agree. But anyways, as usual, you can share your thoughts about our conversation using the hashtag TalkAboutItTuesday on social media.
Yes, and make sure you also follow our Twitter account too. We always appreciate the support.
Oh yes we do. But let's get right to the main topic of discussion. Last Wednesday, it was announced that the United States' tax deadline would be postponed from its original date of April 15 to May 17. However, not all states are following the same filing deadline as the government is. The extended deadline only applies to federal income returns.
Well, I mean, it does provide some relief for taxpayers, but still, I think we can expect a fairly busy tax filing season.
I agree. It's getting to that point where the IRS is making us all slaves and forcing us to do our taxes every year.
Alright, let's not go too far. Besides, this is all coming on the heels of that new relief package that the president signed just recently.
Yeah, he wants all Americans vaccinated with the coronavirus vaccines by May. And that's saying something, because this coronavirus pandemic has affected us all.
Totally agreed. It is definitely changing our normal conversations with other people.
Indeed, I want to also touch base on yesterday's announcement from SLN Media Group CEO Robert Peterson on the new season of TMCA.
I remember, he didn't provide much detail as to when that season would begin production. He said maybe in September, but I think that's just a rough estimate.
Nerd, I think your voice cracked a little there, but yeah, they need to give us more information than that. I expect them to do like, a media release providing more details on the new season.
Indeed they do. But still, I am definitely looking forward to this new season. I hope they stick to the same format.
Well, it's too early to say what they will do with the format. But we will see what SLN Media Group does.
And let's not forget, SLN Media Group is one of the top businesses in the world today. They own many production companies.
Oh yes, they sure do. But hey, what do you expect from a company who's got millions?
Anyway, if you like what you just heard, then share it on Twitter with us using the hashtag TalkAboutItTuesday. Next week, we will be discussing the vaccine rollout in Minnesota. But for now, it's back to the podcast studio.
Thanks, Strong Woman. Remember, you can catch Talk About It Tuesday every Tuesday here on the TalkAny Podcast.
I agree with what they about the TMCA format. We'll have to wait and see what SLN Media Group decides on, if they change it or not. Yeah, and about the tax season thing, it's glad that they are pushing the deadline a little bit. We've been through a lot with this health crisis.
Indeed we have. But anyway, that is going to do it for us here tonight on the TalkAny Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we will see you here tomorrow.